Aided by Zelda, a fake mind reader, Lou Heller plans revenge on Kruger, who killed his brother, Joe. Tipping off Brenda and the police to be present, Lou and Zelda stage their act in Frank Smith's nightclub. Also present is Kruger, who is wanted as well for the murder of Vera Harvey. Now, as Zelda goes into her assumed trance...
Murder? Can you tell me, madame, if this man is thinking of a murder that has been committed?
He is thinking of a past murder.
Can you tell us anything more about this man? Can you tell us his thoughts?
If there is a police officer in the house, I would like to have him make himself known.
I'm Lieutenant Farrell of the police department. Now, everybody keep your seats and stay right where you are. Go ahead, Madam Zelda.
Look in the pocket of the man standing beside you. Oh, Abdul, you will find the gun that fired the bullet that killed Vera Harvey.
Quiet! Quiet, everybody! Stand right where you are. Where's your light switch, Frank? Over here. It disappeared. Where'd that door lead to?
Only to my office.
Let's have a look. Check out here, Tim.
Right.
All right. Just sit down and relax. Everything is going to be all right.
Oh, Lieutenant Farrell, this is my assistant, Schultz.
Glad to know you, Lieutenant. How are you, Schultz? Is that door the only entrance or exit to this office?
That's right. Mustn't peek.
Oh, please, Tim.
Now, you stay right out here like a good little girl. You'll read all about it in the morning paper.
What did you find, Tim?
Not a thing. No sign of the three people involved. They made a clean getaway.
Where did you find Zelda?
Well, we got it through the Acme agency. We've played it before, but nothing like this has ever happened.
Oh, I see. Thanks.
Brenda. Oh, boy, did I get some good shots.
Good, go back and get some more.
Okay.
Yes? Tough luck it had to happen here, Frank, but looks as if you were in the clear.
Well, thanks, Lieutenant. We can't check anybody that comes here.
And what are you doing here?
Just waiting for the morning edition.
Oh. Let's wait together.
I was promised a reward for turning up a killer. Instead of that, I'm in a spot between the cops and a murderer.
Oh, take it easy, Zelda. Things broke wrong for us.
I'll say they did. You two are in the clear. But I was using my right name. Now I can't even go back to the place where I used to tell fortunes and pick up eating money.
Oh, don't worry, kid. We'll take care of you.
Well, you'd better. The cops would be plenty interested in what I got to say.
You wouldn't get to first base with the cops with your record, Zelda, and you know it.
I have something very important to tell you.
Can it wait?
Well, if you feel that way about it, it certainly can. You can read it in the flash.
Well, look, Brenda, you have a story to do, and I have an investigation to make. Let's do our own jobs.
All right, Fraulein. I'll be home after a while. In the meantime, you don't know where I am. Well, the cops have been to my place.
Who's this Fraulein?
Oh, my old housekeeper. I'm sorry I blew up, boy. I'll stick with you. I needed the money, but it's not the first time I've drawn a blank.
Hey, it ain't safe for you to go home.
Why not? The cops have searched the place. And even if they've got it staked out, I can still get in the back way. Charlie will tell you about that.
Yeah. That's the way the spirits go in to entertain the sucker.
Once I'm in, they'll never recognize me. Not even if they take a second look. Good night, boy.
Right, Zelda.
Brenda! Brenda! I've got it. I've got it. Take a good look at that. See, there's a killer pointing his gun at somebody.
The killer is none other but your friend Timothy Hector Aloysius Brown, Chuck.
What? Oh.
And the somebody he's pointing it at is a statue.
Come into my office. Miss Starr, and you also, Mr. Allen. Miss Starr, I had another call from the police commissioner regarding your activities. He requests, and not unreasonably, that you wait for news to happen rather than try and make it happen.
We had nothing to do with this thing tonight. We got a
He was
tip.
not referring to tonight. He mentioned rather another occasion in which you were involved in a blast, among other things.
I was abducted by 2 men, Mr. Walters, and I...
Exactly. And the point is that you placed yourself in such a position as not only to make an abduction possible, but easy. Our relations with the police department have always been most cordial. It is my contention that a decent newspaper and an honest police department would make any city a better place in which to live. I wish to maintain that status. You may go now.
Daisy, get me the police department.
Get away, Pesky.
Lieutenant Farrell.
The lieutenant is engaged in a very important investigation.
I know. I want to talk to him about it.
He's not in.
Tim, I don't believe that. Chuck, I can't go on with the story until I check with Larry Farrell. I'll be right back.
Oh, Brenda, you might tell Timothy Aloysius that I got a swell shot of him shooting at a statue. Maybe he'll go a little easy on what I owe him.
I'm sure Mr. Walters would love that.
There must be a piece missing around someplace.
Well, there always is.
Oh, Pesky,
Oh, what's the difference, Chuck? Didn't you notice? Mr. Walters hadn't even signed that bonus slip.
Oh.
So it's you again.
Lieutenant Farrell, I'm only here because I've been ordered to cooperate fully with the police department.
What welcome news. Of course, you have some very important information for us.
I certainly have.
May I ask what it is?
Chuck Allen's looking for you.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, he has a picture he'd like to sell you.
Wants to sell me?
Yes, it's a wonderful action shot. You're fighting it out with a statue at the Pelican Club.
Well, how much does he want for it?
I really have no idea, Mr. Timothy Hector Aloysius Brown.
Now, about that information, Brenda.
Well, will you tell me first whether you've located Madame Zelda?
You promised to do the talking.
All right, here it is. I'm sure the man who acted as her assistant tonight is Lou Heller.
How sure?
Well, I've heard his voice before, and his general appearance checks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that fits.
Fits what?
Well, I've been working on the angle that this is a further split up of the mob who did that payroll job, even though they didn't get the money. The murder of Joe Heller was the first phase, and now his brother Lou is trying to put the killer on the spot.
And he phoned us to come to the club tonight.
No doubt.
Now, will you tell me whether you found Madame Zelda?
All right. No, I didn't. But I found her home through the agency. She's living in a weird old place over on the west side. There's nobody there but an old housekeeper who's either out of her head or pretends to be. She said Zelda was on a tour and she didn't know where.
Are you watching the place?
Naturally.
Any objections if I look it over tomorrow?
No, not at all. Of course, you'll tell me if you find anything.
Oh, of course I will.
Thank you, Brenda.
Thank you, Larry.
Good night.
I never knew how terrible the food was in this joint until I had to eat it all the time.
Take it easy, Kruger. We all know what a tough time you're having.
You don't know the half of it. I can still feel the finger on me from last night. I've got to get out of here.
Better see what the big boss has to say about that.
He's due to talk to us right now.
Okay, boss, we're all here.
Right. Then get this. We're in a spot. Kruger especially, because Lou Heller is still alive, contrary to orders. Now we have another to worry about, this Madame Zelda. It's a cinch Lou is working with her. How they put the finger on Kruger, I don't know. That's something for you to find out, Frank. Has somebody talked too much? Or has somebody crossed us up? Get Lou Heller. It's either him or Kruger. They both can't be alive this time next week. Get busy.
What's he mean I won't be alive this time next week? What's he trying to do, get rid of me?
Certainly not. He means you've got to get Lou Heller before he gets you.
Well, how can I get him cooped up in here? I might as well be in the pen.
That's where you will be, Kruger, if you lose your head. Now, I'm going to get busy and use every connection we have, starting with Charlie.
Hello.
Hello, Charlie.
Yeah, this is Charlie.
Yeah, Frank Smith. I suppose you heard about the Zelda business last night. Well, there's a nice piece of change waiting for the man that can find her.
Okay, I'll start looking around.
Yeah, do that. All right, goodbye.
So long.
Who was that?
Oh, no, chum of mine. He's got himself into a jam. Wants to know just how hot he is. Thinks I've got connections.
Well, haven't you?
Maybe.
And we ought to be hearing from Zelda.
What about? She's laying low the same as we are.
Someone's at the door.
Oh, let him wait. I'll answer it when I'm ready.
I don't like this, Zelda. I see trouble. Much trouble.
Oh, skip it. You're not giving a reading. This is the real thing.
That's why I'm sure there'll be trouble.
You just keep out of sight. Everybody knows that you're here. Now they'll think I'm you. Don't you think I'm smart?
Too smart. Too smart.
Hello. What do you want?
Oh, we're from the Daily Flash. We'd like to get a story from Zelda about what happened.
Zelda ain't here. The police know it. Everybody knows it.
Yes, but perhaps you might be able to get in touch with her. You see, we feel that she's been innocently involved in something.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know what's happened, but it's not her fault. She's a good girl.
Oh, of course she is. I'm sure of that. May we come in?
Yeah, but I don't promise it'll do any good.
Thank you.
This way, dearie. You, wait here. What makes you think Zelda is innocent?
Well, in the first place, it would be very easy for an assistant to have used her, which might have happened last night.
Oh? What did happen?
Well, Zelda was doing her act with... Gee, this is a big tent.
What you say makes me feel you will help Zelda. I hope you will. I've been almost a mother to her for many years. She's a good girl.
Yes, but I've got to see her to hear her side of the story. Maybe then I can help her.
Wish I had nerve enough to run down to Mike's for a couple of hamburgers.
I'll get them for you.
I don't want them that bad.
What's the matter? Do you think I'll bring back the first cop I found?
No, take that, Charlie. You can't take a chance of being seen either.
It was that, and you know it. Now listen to me. I'm in this thing as deep as you are, Lou. And we'll see it through that way. All right. give me the dough. I'll get your hamburgers.
I want everything on them.
Okay.
Yeah? Yes, Charlie. Ah, great work. Yes, I'll send Schultz right down with the money. Charlie's just found Zelda's hideout. Schultz.
Yeah.
Meet him in the alley and give him this for his information.
How will I know it's right?
He wouldn't pass it on if it wasn't.
No, you don't! Brenda! Brenda! I got a body.
Oh, be yourself. That's Oscar.
Oscar?
Yes, one of Zelda's assistants.
Are all Zelda's assistants dummies?
No, but her customers are. Come. Come. Perhaps I can get in touch with Zelda now.
Fine, how?
Oh, why, right here.
Oh, I thought you said you could only communicate with departed spirits.
Ha, nonsense. Doesn't common sense tell you 'tis easier to contact alive, alert minds? Zelda. Zelda, where are you? I see her. She is far away. But she will not listen to me. Zelda, speak to me. You must. You are in great trouble. But there is one here who will help you. Ah, I have her. She is looking at me. Zelda, speak to me. You must. What shall I ask her?
Ask her who the man was she was working with last night. Who tricked her?
Zelda, who was that man last night? The one who lied to you, who got you into this. She is looking at me, but she will not answer.
You ain't Zelda. Where is she?
She's not here.
We don't believe it. You keep your eye on her. I'll find Zelda.
We know you are innocent, but you must tell us. Ah, she is telling me. I can hardly hear her. There was a man, she says. A man the police are looking for. His brother was killed by that man Zelda pointed out last night. Ah, there was a girl killed also. I can just make out the name Vera. The same man killed her too. Ah, this man is still in town. He is hiding at...
Thanks for finding Zelda for us, Miss Starr. Will Muller's gun silence Zelda's lips forever and keep Brenda from getting enough evidence to bring these criminals to justice? Next week in this theater, you will see the startling plot further unfolded in A Double Cross Backfires, Chapter 10 of Brenda Starr, Reporter. Disguised as her old housekeeper, Zelda is hiding in her own home. Seeking her, Brenda and Chuck arrive with an offer of help. But Frank Smith has sent his gunman there, for Zelda knows too much about him to be permitted to live. Still unrecognized, Zelda gives Brenda a reading, and as the killers close in on them...
You ain't Zelda. Where is she?
She's not here.
We don't believe it. You keep your eye on her. I'll find Zelda.
We know you are innocent, but you must tell us. Ah, she is telling me. I can hardly hear her. There was a man, she says. A man the police are looking for. His brother was killed by that man Zelda pointed out last night. Ah, there was a girl killed also. I can just make out the name Vera. The same man killed her too. Ah, this man is still in town. He is hiding at...
Thanks for finding Zelda for us, Miss Starr. Hey!
Anything happened to the Zelda place yet?
Oh, nothing much. Brenda Starr and her photographer went in about an hour ago.
An hour? Then she's got into something. Stand by. Come on, Tim.
If you don't want to get hurt, stay where you are.
Nice tackling, my friend. If it hadn't tripped me, I'd made a touchdown.
Tripped you? Well, you tripped me.
Why, Tim. Come on, Brenda. Let's get out of this place. I'm getting sick of it.
It's all your fault I'm in this. You lied to me.
We can't leave Zelda in there. She's sore and she'll talk plenty. The cops are already in there. We can't do anything now. Yes, we can. You give me your gun and stand by in the car.
Attempted murder on top of all the other charges against you.
You didn't need to call the cops. I'd have played ball.
But I didn't call them.
Tell me, were you working with Lou Heller?
Yes, and it was a straight deal until he crossed me up.
It might go a little easier with you if you want to do a little talking.
I'll talk all right. I'm not going to be the goat.
Who was that man you put the finger on at the Pelican Club?
The man who killed Joe Heller and Vera Harvey. I was promised a reward if I'd turn him in.
Who is he?
A gunman called...
Keep going, driver, and step on it.
Follow that taxi, quick.
Right. Where's the telephone?
I don't know. Look for it. Get some pictures, Chuck.
Of her?
Of course not, idiot. Zelda. Zelda, who was the man?
Find Lou Heller. He'll tell you where.
Where is Lou?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes, I would, Zelda, very much. Please tell
me. He's at Charlie's.
Where is Charlie's?
An ambulance is on the way.
Too late, Tim.
Which way did your passenger go?
Down along the side of that warehouse. Then he pulled a gun on him.
Yeah, I know. Thanks, buddy. Put in a call for more cars.
Yes, sir.
Well, what happened? Mullah took care of Zelda, but the cops killed him.
Are you sure you weren't trailed here?
Not a chance.
All right, give me the dope.
There's no one else around here but an old woman who can't talk. Or won't.
Well, that must be the real housekeeper. Zelda impersonated her.
Did you catch him, Lieutenant? Yeah, and so did one of his pals.
What do you mean?
I'll tell you later. Did you get anything out of Zelda before she...
Well, I didn't, but Brenda did.
Oh?
Well, she did talk about Lou Helen. She said he was at a place called Charlie's.
Charlie's?
Yes, it stirs my memory. For the life of me, I can't place it. I'll let you know as soon as I do.
Brenda?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Oh, but I really will. Can I use it for a story?
Yeah, and play up the underground vengeance angle. This bunch keeps splitting up. They'll save us a lot of trouble.
Thanks. Chuck, I got it.
Got what, the jeebies?
I remember who Charlie is.
Who?
Police department, quickly. Do you remember the man who told us where the police were hiding Joe Heller? Hello? Give me Lieutenant Farrell, please. Brenda Starr speaking.
The lieutenant is engaged in a very important investigation.
Oh, well, have him phone me the minute he comes in. Tell him it's about Charlie. He'll understand. I'll finish the story and we'll go find Charlie ourselves.
How do you suppose they found Zelda?
Knew where she lived, didn't they?
Yeah, but she said they'd never recognize her.
It's that newspaper girl. She's plenty smart.
Hey, Here's what I don't like. Listen to this. Madame Zelda, before her death, made mention only of a mysterious Charlie, for whom the police are now looking. They're liable to find you.
They know where I am if they want me.
Where you going?
Out. You want to come?
No.
Okay, then.
Hello. Oh, yes, Charlie.
I've got a line on somebody you're interested in.
Okay, come on over to the club and I'll see you in the office.
I'll do that.
What's on your mind, Charlie?
Well, I can lead you to Lou Heller.
I thought so. From what the paper said. Been holding out on me, huh?
Nope, just waiting for the best deal. Now, what's it worth? Half down?
Yeah, but I want it understood I get it back if the deal falls through.
That's agreeable with me.
I'll send a couple of the boys over to meet you in an hour.
I'll be waiting.
Now, you better use a special sedan, Kruger. That way, when the cops find Lou Heller's body along the road, they won't know how he got his.
Come on, Schultz.
Charlie always has a habit of seeing the other fellow first.
Don't blame me, do you?
Where's Heller?
My place.
Where is that? Up the alley behind a rubbish can?
That's my office. I'll show you where I live. Hey, Lou! Lou!
What is this, a joke?
If it is, it's on me. He was here when I left.
And we were here after he left. Well, Frank said something about a refund. You hate money, don't you?
No. Do you? Well, let's look around. You can't go far.
Who's that?
That's a newspaper pair. They'll be looking for me.
Well, let them find you. Don't worry, Charlie. We won't let them hurt you.
The alley where we saw Charlie. There he is. Charlie, we were looking for you.
You found him. Now what?
Brenda, he's the man from the club.
Keep quiet, sister, and you won't get hurt. Come on. Turn on that dark street and beat it to the highway as quick as you can.
I am sorry, Lieutenant. That is all the message Miss Starr left for you.
Thanks, Courtney. Let me know the minute any more reports come in. Brenda Starr just phoned. Said she had some information about this mysterious Charlie.
That's the guy Zelda mentioned before she died.
Yeah. Get the Daily Flash in the wire. I'll talk to Brenda. Her tip might be okay. Never mind, I'll get it. Hello, Lieutenant Farrell speaking. Yes? Yes, what's that?
I said Brenda was carried away in a big black sedan. I got the first two numbers of the license plate.
Right, I got it. Put on an alarm for that car. Chuck said he only got the first 2 numbers of the license, but it was a black sedan. Hello, Chuck. Now listen to me. Stay right where you are, and I'll be there in a jiffy. Do you need an ambulance?
What do I need an ambulance for? I'm all right. Just hurry up and get down here, that's all.
What strange trap has Kruger set for Brenda? Will the white fumes in the car snuff out her life? Does Brenda have a possible chance of escape? The surprising outcome will be thrillingly told in Chapter 11, On the Spot, a Brenda Starr reporter, at this theater next week. Brenda and Chuck try to locate Lou Heller through Charlie, an underworld character. They don't know that Charlie has revealed Heller's hiding place to Frank Smith. Frank's gunmen arrive with a sedan especially equipped to take Heller for a last ride. But when they discover Brenda and Chuck, they determine to settle accounts with the newspaper girl and...
Turn on that dark street and beat it to the highway as quick as you can. All right.
Never mind, I'll get it. Hello, Lieutenant Farrow speaking. Yes? Yes, what's that?
I said Brenda was carried away in a big black sedan. I got the first 2 numbers of the license plate.
Right, I got it. Put on an alarm for that car. Chuck said he only got the first 2 numbers of the license, but it was a black sedan. Hello, Chuck. Now listen to me. Stay right where you are, and I'll be there in a jiffy. Do you need an ambulance?
What do I need an ambulance for? I'm all right. Just hurry up and get down here, that's all.
Stand by that radio, Tim. Thought you didn't need an ambulance.
I don't, now. Any trace of Brenda yet?
No, but I got a broadcast out for the car, and the whole city's covered by now. Now, tell me as quickly as you can what happened here.
Well, we got a tip to come here, but somehow we were double-crossed. Then I saw a limousine leave with Brenda in it. And then somebody...
Well, I better get you fixed up. That's a pretty nasty cut.
Gas.
Can't be. I filled it up before we left. Look at that needle.
Turn off on that dirt road. What do you think's the trouble?
Everything seems to be all right here. Maybe we got some dirt in the gas line.
Well, quit talking about it and see if you can fix it.
This must be it. The first two numbers of the license plates, check. I'll report. This is car 308, calling control. This is car 308, calling control.
Come in, 308.
We found the black limousine abandoned in Union Park on the Lower Shore Road. The car was apparently stalled and with...
You.
Anything over the radio yet?
Nope.
Hey, did you find any trace of Charlie?
No, that stool pigeon seems to have had only one address, this alley. I haven't got a line on him yet.
Calling car number 18. Calling car number 18.
Car 18, checking.
Special broadcast to Lieutenant Farrell. Black limousine, believed to be car Brenda Starr last seen in, has been located in Union Park on Lower Shore Road. Car abandoned. Officers standing by. Come in, car number 18.
Check, Lieutenant Farrell. I'm on my way there. Have officers stand by till I arrive. Check. Did you get that, Tim? Union Park, Lower Shore Road. You drive Brenda's car.
Okay.
Come on, Chuck.
Brenda, you all right?
What happened this time, Brenda?
Why, I'm all right, yeah. I guess the gas fumes from that exhaust pipe got me after all. Oh, there are two policemen over there looking for the men that were driving that car.
Gas fumes? Say.
No questions this time. Tim, take a look around.
All right.
Did you boys see anything of the men that were driving that car?
Yes, sir, but they made a getaway.
Didn't you get a look at them?
No, they were too far away.
Chuck, you take Brenda home. I'll stop by later and get the details.
Oh, I'm all right. I don't want to miss out on this yarn.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
You're in swell shape. Come on, I'll take you home and you can do all your telephoning from there.
Come on.
Larry, I will go home if you'll promise to phone me the minute something breaks.
That's a deal. But promise to stay there. Go on now. Tim, put in a call for a tow car. You boys be careful how you handle that limousine. I want some fingerprints. I hope.
No fingerprints on the black limousine we could do anything with, Lieutenant Farrell. Car seems to have been assembled from several different makes. License plates were stolen. Any further orders?
What have the code experts got on that 321L1141 AM?
I'm sorry, sir. They have nothing to offer except maybe the last two letters refer to time.
AM. Yes, that could be. Okay, thanks very much.
Death is regrettable, but we must not stop. If we are to continue, Frank, something must be done at once to avoid the finger of suspicion being pointed at this club. The police are sure to think, sooner or later, that where there is smoke, there is sure to be fire. That is all.
There's a lot in what he says.
Any ideas?
Yeah. Get Lou Heller.
I mean, any new ideas? I thought so. And you wonder why the boss has me run things.
All right, mastermind. You suggest a new idea.
Very well, Connors. Which phone? Right. Hello, Mr. Smith. No, not at all. Yes? What's that?
I just received a mysterious threat over the phone. A voice told me it would cost me $25,000 for putting a finger on Kruger. Yes, and I thought I'd better report it to you at once.
When are you supposed to make the payoff? Oh. Well, in that case, you better keep me informed. Thanks.
Payoff? Payoff what, Lieutenant?
Smith says a gang is trying to make him pay off $25,000 for putting the finger on Kruger in his place. He swears he doesn't know anything about it. He's to receive instructions later as to where and how the money is to be paid.
Gosh, they sure are making it tough on him. And him trying to run his joint on the up and up.
I wonder.
Say, Lieutenant, do you suppose that this Frank Smith might be running...
You might have a pretty safe risk if you make a bet with Chuck on that fellow's innocence.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, who is it?
Open up.
Oh, it's you. Well, what do you want?
Lou Heller.
I had hopes that was him. I could use the cash he represents now.
I know an easier way to make some cash.
Yeah? How?
Frank wants a little job pulled at the club.
And?
You know, he trusts you, Charlie.
He does.
Frank wants the cops to think that the heat's been turned on the joint. You know, you used to be pretty good at opening up things.
All right, get to the point. What does he want done?
The side door of the joint will be left open tonight after it closes. There'll be enough money in the safe to make it worth your while.
Is this on the level?
Well, sure.
I'm warning you, Schultz. I've got a way of protecting myself if this is a double cross.
Oh, it's nothing like that, Charlie. You can take my word for it.
That's not enough, Schultz. I'll just protect myself, that's all.
By the way, Frank wants you to bring Lou Heller with you.
Oh, I'll do that. He's hiding right under that bed.
Here's something to delight your tummy, Cousin Brenda.
Thank you, darling. 2 plates?
Huh? Oh, I just thought I'd join you in a little snack.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about your diet. Just a little snack, huh?
If that's the newspaper office, you're sick and you're staying here.
Give it to me, please. Hello? Yes, I'm alone.
Look, Miss Starr, I'll make a deal with you. That is, providing you help me. The heat's been turned on me so bad I ain't got a chance.
Well, Mr. Heller, I'll do the best I can, but I don't know how the police will react to a proposition like that.
Oh, you can fix it with the cops. All they ask is an even break. You do that now.
Don't be a sucker, Lou. You can't make a deal with the cops. That milkman your conch just died.
Hello? Hello? Operator. Operator, I was disconnected. Will you reconnect me quickly?
What am I going to do?
Relax, I got an idea. An old friend of yours, Frank Smith of the Pelican Club, wants me to do a job for him tonight.
Yeah?
I can only cut you in on a third. I gotta pay off the guy on the inside. But a door will be left open, and there'll be plenty of money in the safe to make it worth our while.
But the Pelican Club, that's dynamite.
I told you everything is fixed, didn't I? All right.
Bertha, get my office on the wire while I change my clothes.
Now, you're not going out.
Oh, Bertha, please don't argue with me.
Hello? No, Miss Brenda ain't come back to work yet. Oh, yes, Mr. Bertha.
It's pesky. Chuck is out.
Hello, Pesky. Now get this one straight, will you? Get in touch with Chuck and Lieutenant Farrell immediately. Something big's gonna break. Tell them to meet me at the alley entrance of the Pelican Club. Got it? And listen, if you ball this one up, I'm gonna make you eat a dozen hamburgers with chocolate syrup on them. Get me the Pelican Club right away.
Oh, but Brenda, you shouldn't. You're sick.
Pelican Club. Well, who's this? Brenda Starr, reporter. I'm sorry, Miss Starr. Mr. Smith's not in right now. Anything I can do for you? Want to leave a message?
Yes. Will you tell Mr. Smith that I just received a tip that his establishment is going to be robbed tonight? Yes. I don't know much more than that, but there will be 2 men.
Yes. Well, thank you, Miss Starr. Mr. Smith will be glad to hear this. Brenda just said we're going to be robbed tonight.
What?
Didn't say how she knew, but there'd be 2 men.
2 men?
Want me to get a hold of Charlie before he goes any further?
No, let Charlie come as we expected him. 2 men, huh? I'm curious to find out who the rat will bring with him.
You know, I can figure Charlie telling her that.
Nothing new has been added, Schultz, to the double cross. However, because Charlie changed his plans, we'll change ours. Yeah. We'll be ready for him.
Hello? Hello? What, is this Harry's? Is Chuck Allen there? Well, look under some of the tables. This is his office. This is his editor speaking, and it's very important. Would you call him to the phone? Hello, Chuck? Yeah, this is Pesky. Well, Brenda called, and she wants you to meet her over at, well, now, wait a minute, I'll think of it. Over at, oh, I got it. She wants you to meet her over at her place as quick as you can. Something big's gonna happen. Yeah, that's right. Okay. You sure you got that right, Pesky?
You say Brenda wants me and the lieutenant to come right over to her apartment. What's that? Listen, cart before the horse, mind. I don't care what Brenda said. I always go wherever the lieutenant goes.
Brenda been lured into sure death? Were the crashing shots aimed in her direction? Can Tim figure out Pesky's message? Don't miss Murder at Night, Chapter 12 of Brenda Starr, Reporter, at this theater next week. Informed that Frank Smith's club is to be robbed, Brenda speeds there to cover the story. She doesn't know that the supposed robbery is a frame-up to catch and destroy Charlie and Lou Heller. So when she sees them enter the Dawkins Club and follows, she walks straight into a deadly trap set by Frank Smith to destroy the two men.
Double-crossing friend Charlie and his pal will find more than they bargained for.
Have you got any idea who Charlie might bring with him?
I've got an idea, all right, but it's too good to be true.
You better hide in the hat check room. Turn that light on.
Lou Heller. Take it easy. I want him alive.
Not in the building, Frank. Must have made a clean getaway. Let's get outside. We'll find him.
No, that's too dangerous. Lou Heller will have to be taken care of later. You two go in my secret office and wait for me. I'll phone the police.
Lou Heller! Just a minute, please. I want to talk to you.
Star.
I want to finish that conversation with you. We were cut off, remember? This is my car. Get in. I don't want you to be seen.
This ain't no trick, is it?
Of course it isn't. You wanted to give me your whole story so I could get you a break with the police, didn't you?
Yeah, it's too late, Miss Starr. Nobody can get me any easier break now. I got a murder rap hanging over me. That milkman I conked died.
Milkman?
Yeah, the one I hit to steal his outfit to make a getaway in.
Oh, no, he isn't dead. He went back to work yesterday. I wrote a human interest story on him. Get in, Lou, and I'll prove it to you. And, Lou, I'm not hiding you from the police either. As soon as you've given me your whole story, you'll have to come with me to Lieutenant Farrell and surrender, right?
Yes.
Get in.
All right, I'm coming. Oh, goodness, well, can't you stop pressing this button? Lieutenant Farrell, but Chuck, well, what are you doing here?
We had a telephone message from Brenda's office to come right over.
Me too.
Oh, goodness, this is terrible.
Well, where is Brenda? Didn't she phone us?
Yeah, speak up, brother. What's this all about?
Well, Brenda got a tip that the Pelican Club was being robbed tonight. And she left messages for you to meet her there.
Who'd she get that tip from?
A man named Lou Heller.
Lou Heller?
Quiet, Tim. Go ahead, Brenda.
Well, all of a sudden he quit talking, but she could hear him talking to another man, and they were planning to rob the Pelican Club.
Did she talk to anyone else?
Yes, she called the Pelican Club and told them they were going to be robbed. Oh, please hurry, Lieutenant Farrell. Something dreadful will happen to Brenda.
If she called you, tell her to stay put. I'm on my way.
Hey, it's funny about these calls getting mixed up this way.
I'll bet you 10 to 1 pesky mixed this all up.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Well, it's a little too late for a doctor. Tim, take a good turn around the place. You know what to look for.
Yes, sir. There's no doubt they'll be around here somewhere.
And tell Chuck I want to see all the pictures he makes before they're published.
Yes, sir. Carl, you come with me.
Did you know him?
No, I can't say that I did. Oh, he's been in my place a number of times, but I don't even know what he did.
But he had a very peculiar profession. You say you were in working on your books when you heard the noise?
That's right. Schultz and I were in my private office. We came out here and ran into the 2 prowlers. They fired on us, and we returned the shots.
Could you identify the man who got away?
No, I don't believe I could.
Well, naturally, after the phone call you told me about, you were ready for something like this.
Well, we were ready for it, Lieutenant, but not liking it. As you know, I've always tried to run my place on the up and up.
Yes, I know all about that, Frank.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Oh, by the way, did you get a call from Miss Starr tonight?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I did, but I didn't pay much attention to it.
Why didn't you phone me?
I did, but you were out.
Are you sure you haven't seen her around tonight?
No, but frankly, Lieutenant, I expected to find her here, knowing her habit of getting mixed up into all sorts of trouble.
Give me my case, stupid.
I'm only carrying out the lieutenant's orders.
You haven't got the brains of a baboon. Let go.
I got brains enough not to let you put anything over on me. Lieutenant, will you tell this camera hound that you gave me orders for him to show you all pictures before he prints any of them?
And, Lieutenant, will you tell this low IQ that I have to develop the negative before you or anybody else can see the pictures?
Oh, don't pull that fast one on me.
Give him the bag, Tim.
But, Lieutenant, ain't you gonna look at him?
Listen, Timothy, I'll explain again. You can't see it now. Get it?
No.
You wouldn't. Some weekend when I haven't anything else to do, I'll draw you a diagram of how it works. Then you won't know what I mean.
I'd like to see those pictures myself. I might pay a pretty good price for any negative that I thought might ruin my business.
Well, no, I'm afraid I couldn't do that, Mr. Smith. You see, my editor has to run all the pictures I make, excepting those that Lieutenant Farrell might throw out.
Well, I suggest you get back to the office and develop those. We'll talk about them later.
Okay. Trying to get rid of me, huh?
That's putting it mildly.
And Chuck, check with me when you get back to the office. Let me know if Brenda's there.
Check. She'll probably have the whole story written up by this time, including the answer to this mystery. See you later.
Tim, post men at all the doorways. Don't let anybody in or out. Call the coroner.
Right away, Lieutenant.
Oh, Lieutenant, it just dawned on me that you got here in less than 2 minutes after I phoned in the report of the killing.
Well, the police department has very modern means of communication, Mr. Smith. You know, radio?
Yes, but not that modern. You didn't by any chance get a tip-off on the robbery, too, did you?
Some one of these days when you visit me in my office, I'll show you a little sign that reads, "We reserve the right to refuse to answer questions."
Where are we going?
Up to my office. We'll use the freight entrance. No one will be around at this hour of the night. Come on. Well, let's get right down to business. Oh, have a cigar on the boss?
That guy out there, think he recognized me?
Don't worry about him. He writes a column on gardening. He wouldn't know a crook if he saw one. Now, the first thing I want to know is the identity of the gang who's trying to get rid of you.
Not so fast, Miss Starr. First I want to know what you gonna do to help me.
So that's it. Look, Heller, don't be a fool. I can't do a thing to help you till I know all the facts and all the names.
Now that I know there ain't no murder rap hanging over me, I can make a deal with the cops by myself. That is, if they want to find that money.
I offered to help you, Heller. If you won't play it square...
Hold it. Okay. What do you want to know?
Who tried to kill you tonight?
I don't know. Honest, I don't. But I know one thing for sure. That Charlie double-crossed me.
Oh, that's it. I wondered why he brought you along.
He was going to deliver me COD. But he got it instead.
Well, working kind of late, aren't you? How's the old tomato? I mean, how are all the tomatoes growing?
Come in, Chuck. Here's a man you'll really get a bonus for photographing.
Lou Heller. Where am I seeing things?
No, you're not. Lou's giving me his whole story before I turn him over to Larry. Hello? Speaking?
Now get this, Brenda. You're up to something, and I want to know what it is. Now don't give me that I don't know anything really stuff. Were you at the Pelican Club? I don't believe you. What are you doing now?
Why, I'm working on a story. Yes, that's the truth. Why? What? Hey, wait a minute. Hello? Hello? We've got to get out of here.
Who was that?
Lieutenant Farrell.
Does he know I'm with you?
Nobody will any minute. He's on his way over.
Listen, lady, I ain't going any further with this deal until I get a promise from the police.
Lou, if the police get you now, you won't stand a chance.
That's right. Brenda's got a lot of influence with Farrell.
You stay here and stall Larry.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Brenda. I'm not that big a dope.
You do as I say. Come on.
Be reasonable, Brenda. Larry knows you're here. What am I going to tell him after he chokes me?
Tell him I had a cup of tea. Tell him anything you like. If Larry catches Lou now, our chances of scooping every other newspaper in town won't be worth a dime.
Where are you going now?
Home. Call me when everything's okay. Come on, Lou.
No, I get it, Schultz.
Hello. Who's this? Wait a minute. I don't know the voice, but he says you'll want to talk to him.
Yes? I'm speaking. Yeah, I get it. I'll drop around sometime. The big boss will sure appreciate this. Brenda Starr just left the newspaper office for her apartment. She has someone with her. Lou Heller.
Who was that that phoned?
Oh, you wouldn't know, Kruger. What are you waiting for?
Are those your orders, or do you have to get up from the big boss?
I know what he'd do under these circumstances, and so do you. I get going.
What on earth would you be up to next?
I know, but I couldn't come through the lobby. I have a guest with me. Come on in, Lou. It's perfectly safe. And he's simply dying for some of your homemade cooking.
That man?
It's all right. Mr. Heller and I have a lot of business to talk over with. Now, you be a good girl and get us some coffee and pie.
That I'll be glad to do. Anything to get out of this room.
Come on, we can talk here without being interrupted.
How about my deal with the cops?
Oh, don't worry about that. We'll get to that later. Now, you say you were tricked into performing with that phony mind reader, Zelda.
Yeah, I was supposed to get some of the reward money for helping to turn in the killer.
Give me the details.
It was Charlie's idea. They put this fancy outfit on me, then he and Zelda tried to teach me all of Zelda's tricks. Madam Zelda, I get a very strong impression here. It is not a good one.
You are right, Abdul. The impression is an evil one. I feel fear. Fear everywhere.
Tell me, madame, what do you feel?
Someone near you is thinking of murder.
Murder? Can you tell me, madame, if this man is thinking of a murder that has been committed? Concentrate, madame. Is he thinking of a past murder or...
He is thinking of a past murder.
Can you tell us anything more about this man? Can you tell us his thoughts?
If there is a police officer in the house, I would like to have him make himself known.
I'm Lieutenant Farrell of the police department. Now, everybody keep your seats and stay right where you are.
Well, you know what happened when the lights went out.
Who was this killer you were supposed to show up?
His name is Kruger. You know him. The mug that had us locked up in the cabin. He's the one that killed Zelda. And my brother Joe, too.
Who does he work for?
Maybe I'm telling you too much. I think I ought to save that little secret for a safe margin to deal with the cops. You know, just in case.
What is this, the 3rd degree?
Maybe more degrees if you don't tell us where Brenda is.
I know she was here. Now, come on, open up.
We could take you down and lock you up.
Oh, no, you can't. I tell you, Brenda went out for some tea. Timothy, don't resort to brutality.
Here's a copy of the code numbers and letters.
Funny we can't figure out what this means. Say, Miss Starr, do you think Joe could have hid the money to that cabin we was in?
No, Joe wouldn't hide the money in such an obvious place.
My Aunt Ophelia used to hide hers in a cookie jar.
Listen to reason, Chuck. Brenda's playing with fire. Now, come on, tell us where she went.
Oh, well, all right, I'll tell you. She went to her apartment.
What do you know? He puts us through tortures and Brenda's home asleep in her nice little bed.
Do you realize we spent over an hour with you?
Well, to tell you the truth, Lieutenant, I didn't tell you everything. You see, she was with someone else. Lou Heller.
What?
That's the truth, Lieutenant.
Come on, Tim.
Lou, I'll help you get a break with the police if you can decipher that code.
If I had brains enough to figure this one out, lady, I wouldn't be in the spot I'm in now.
What is it?
Telegram from Miss Starr.
Push it under the door.
I'm sorry, lady, but you'll have to sign for it.
Open up, open this door. That's Kruger, the man I was telling you about. I know you're in there, Heller, and I'm giving you your last chance to come out.
Brenda, quick!
Brenda, come back here! Don't go out that window!
Brenda's sacrifices and escapes from death to have been in vain? Have these killers finally succeeded in adding her to their list of murders? Be in this theater next week for The Mystery of the Payroll, the final chapter of Brenda Starr, Reporter. Brenda is hiding Lou Heller in her apartment to get his story before the police can find him. Receiving a mysterious tip, Frank Smith sends his killers there after them. Brenda and Heller try to escape, but are cornered and forced to flee to the roof. There, the deadly gunmen close in, determined this time to finish the two who are threatening their safety.
Cops, beat it.
Operator! Operator! Get me the police, and please hurry.
Oh, Brenda, stop screaming.
What happened to that nice little man you took away with you, and who did that shooting?
Well, in the first place, he wasn't a nice little man. In the second place, the shooting was at him. And in the third place, they got him. Who is it?
It's me, Larry. Oh, gosh, Brenda. I thought you were done for.
Oh, then you're not angry with me?
No, I haven't had time to be yet.
Oh, I tried to call you. Really, I did, Larry. I got all I could out of Lou. It's a job for you now.
Oh, where is he?
He's on the roof.
What's he doing up there?
He's got a bullet in him.
A bullet? Tim, check on that. Right. Listen, little lady. If Lou Heller dies before we get a statement out of him, you're going to find yourself in a pretty tough spot.
Don't worry, honey. If they send you to jail, I'll bring you some nice things to eat.
Well, Brenda Starr had a bad fall. And Lou Heller, he just had bad luck.
Well, the big boss will be glad to hear they're out of the way. He was kind of worried.
What's he got to be worried about? You're the only one that knows who he is.
It's the way he wants it, Kruger.
That's not the way we want it.
No? How do you want it?
We've been talking it over between us.
Oh, interesting. And what did you decide?
It's about time the big boss showed his hand.
He'll show his hand when he's ready. And not before.
Should I consider myself under arrest, Lieutenant?
Well, you ought to be. But Lou Heller is going to live and talk.
Oh. He gave me a lot of information.
Did he tell you where the payroll money is?
No, he didn't.
Did he tell you who these men are who are trying to kill him?
He told me who one of them is.
Oh, well, now we're starting to get somewhere. You tell me about it on the way downtown. We've got to cook up a very carefully worded story for the morning edition.
Brenda, you'd better cook dinner for two.
It's a good thing for you that newspaper girl got hers. She got a good look at you.
That's right. She saw me before, too. Here.
Yes, and she'll be seeing you again. Now get this. Lou Heller captured. Wounded man held by flash reporter. Police expect to get important information from him when he comes to.
You mean Brenda Starr and Lou Heller are alive? Well, what do we do?
Suppose you tell us. You were the one that was going to tell the boss where to head in. Schultz, are you sure the Star girl can identify you?
Yes.
Then you're sure that the other man with Kruger last night is the assistant manager of the Pelican Club?
I'm positive. His name is Schultz.
That's right. I met him the night of the Zelda affair.
You don't seem very much surprised.
I'm not. Fits in with what I know and a lot I suspect.
You mean about the Pelican Club?
More things have been happening there than the law of averages allows.
Why, I've known Frank Smith for a long time. Always thought he ran a decent place.
Well, as far as we know, he does. There's always a chance that this fellow Schultz might be trying to put something over.
Chuck, why don't you try it this way?
Oh, that's upside down.
Well, I know, but what can you lose? Hey, I wonder what would happen if you read it this way.
Remember, when you spell it backwards, it spells M-A-1411.
Hey, you know, that kind of sounds like a telephone number.
Yeah, it does at that.
Let me see that. Husky, maybe for the first time in your young life, you've done the right thing in reverse. Hello. What place is this? The Union Station parcel check room? Well, look, this is Lieutenant Farrell of the police department speaking. Would the letter L followed by 1, 2, 3 mean anything to you? Could mean locker 123. Well, look, open it up and see what's in it. No, that's all right. Go ahead. No, I'll be responsible. Lunchbox. Open it. No, that's okay. Well, what's in it? Lettuce. Oh, that kind of lettuce. And big bills, too, huh? Well, hold it for me. I'll be right down. Yeah, thanks. There's the missing payroll, thanks to Pesky.
May I go with you?
No.
Oh, please, Larry.
Mr. Walters?
You'll remain here, Miss Starr. I'm sure Lieutenant Farrell will find working alone a welcome change.
Bye-bye.
Shoot!
Okay, thanks. All right, boys, here it is. I just got a tip that the payroll money's in the lunchbox. Checked at the Union Station. Locker 123. If you hurry, you can just beat the cops to it. Come on. Kruger, you cover Schultz. But don't be seen together.
Mr. Walters is going to can us? Sure, he said not to go out.
He said we weren't to go with Larry, and we're not.
Then where?
We're going where the blow-off will be.
Did you say blow off or blow up?
Yes, sir?
I'd like to have a package in locker 123, please.
Where's your claim check?
Right here. Get it quick.
Yes, sir.
Things will be happening someplace else. We're just wasting time here.
Well, we'll wait and see.
Okay.
Did he have a claim check?
No, sir.
Well, what'd you give it to him for?
He pointed a gun at me.
How long ago was he here?
Oh, about 20, 30 minutes.
What did he look like?
Well, sir, he was kind of heavy set, about 5'11" and weighed about 190, 200 pounds.
Are you sure about that description?
Yes, sir. And he tore the check off the bag and walked away with it.
Okay, thanks.
Chuck, wake up, wake up.
Huh? What's the matter?
Do you suppose that man has the money wrapped up in that paper?
Well, how should I know?
Well, I'm going to find out.
Oh, I got a hunch we shouldn't.
Okay, you stay here. I'm going.
Good work, boys. $250,000.
Let's split it 3 ways and get out of here.
Say, what's a third of a quarter?
12.
Well, how much is that?
Now, look, the boss told me to report to him when we had it. He's got to get his cut, you know.
Wait a minute. We took a lot more chances to get it than he did.
Give him half of your third.
We'll do what he says.
Wonder where they went.
Well, I don't know, but they certainly came in here.
Yeah, they just couldn't evaporate.
Hello, boss. Frank speaking. Yeah, we got the payroll dough. What'll we do with it?
Bring it to me, Frank, at the place I told you we would meet if necessary. Have the boys cover you from another car. Start right now.
Very well.
Hey, wait a minute. Sounds like a swell chance for you to ditch us and get away with all that money.
Yeah, and it don't sound right to me either. Democrat.
What do you make of it, Chuck?
I can't figure it out. Swanky-looking joint, all right. Don't care how they burn electricity, either.
Come in, won't you?
If you don't mind, I'll just wait outside here.
Get in here. Too bad you had to get here just as we were leaving.
Cut out the smart talk. Let's finish him and get out of here.
My friend Kruger is a great believer in direct action. It's a lucky thing for me I didn't underestimate your ability, Miss Starr. It's a shame that your greatest story will never appear in print.
Come on. What are we going to do with him?
Leave him here, of course.
Hold it, you!
Schultz, get out in the office and see who it is. Stall him off.
Turn him over to one of the boys, Tim.
All right, get over there. Both of you. And keep quiet.
Good morning, Lieutenant. What can I do for you?
Is Frank in?
No, he isn't. He won't be in till about 6 o'clock tonight. You see, he had a lot of outside business to attend to today.
Well, it doesn't matter. I just want to talk to him. I guess it'll wait.
Tell him I'll see him later. I'll do that, Lieutenant. So long. Goodbye.
I'll be right back, Kruger.
I thought that little act would bring you out, Frank. Nice shooting, Tim.
Yeah, but I thought...
Don't believe everything you hear. Don't blame Schultz. He had to play ball. Bring him out here, Chuck.
Here's a souvenir for you.
Thanks. It was smart of you to drop that bag where I'd find it, Brenda. Gave me the right angle on this setup.
The payroll money's in there.
What have you got to say, Frank?
I'll talk only to my lawyer.
Well, that's your privilege. Take those two outside, Tim.
Hold him out there, Tim. I want to get a picture.
What's on your mind?
If I tell you about the big boss, what's in it for me?
Well, that's up to the district attorney. If your talk is worth anything, I'll put in a good word for you.
Come inside.
Look at all that lettuce.
Pesky deserves some of this for figuring out that code.
You know, why couldn't I have figured out that code?
Because it was too simple.
Oh, we were all trying too hard, Chuck.
Now, what is this about that big boss?
Well, nobody knew who he was but Frank, and he never told us. He always talked to him on the radio here.
Let's see it.
You push this button.
Bring it to me, Frank, at the place I told you we'd meet if necessary. Have the boys cover you from another angle. Start right now.
Well, that's the same thing he said before.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive.
Step aside. Here's your big boss.
What?
Just a coil of magnetized wire that'll record and play back the human voice.
Oh, don't give me that stuff. That's impossible.
Oh, no, it isn't. You ought to read the Daily Flash. We had a special article about it in the Sunday Supplement about a month ago.
See, that's probably where Frank got the idea.
But Frank asked the questions, and the boss answered him. Now, how do you figure that?
That's easy. Frank knew both the questions and the answers because he did it all himself.
And Frank was the big boss all the time.
That's right. He tried to make you think there was a big shot somewhere to keep you boys in line.
Why, that...
Save it for the DA.
I'll do plenty of talking. I got a lot to say, too.
Good. And you can start right now by telling me where you got the tip-off that the money was at the Union Station.
Frank got it from the Daily Flash office.
From my office?
That's right.
Oh, it looks like this isn't quite finished yet. Take care of the money, Brenda. Let's go.
Go away.
Well, you're just in time, Lieutenant Farrell. Go ahead, Pesky.
And so when I heard this guy call a fellow by the name of Frank about the payroll money, I just went out and got a cop and had him pinched. Nothing to it.
Good work, Pesky. Where did you get this man, Mr. Walters?
He's a new man, but he came highly recommended.
By whom?
Frank Smith.
Uh-huh. Take him in, Andy. Well, we got the payroll money and the men who stole it. Thanks to Miss Starr.
Well, Brenda, I think this calls for a bonus.
Thank you, darling.
And speaking of bonuses, there's one for you, Pesky.
Well, gee, thanks, Mr. Walters. Chuck, this is what a bonus slip looks like when it isn't torn up and when it's signed.
Pesky old pal, did you ever shoot craps?
I don't think so.
Well, I have here what is known as 2 square bones. Now, if you step out into the hallway, I'll show you how to play a game that you'll never forget.
Really?
It's the most interesting thing, and I know you're going to be...
Thanks for the boost, Larry.
Why not? You deserve it.
Hello? Oh, just a moment. It's for you.
Thanks. Lieutenant Farrell speaking. Well, keep the place covered till I get there. And don't start shooting. We want them alive.
What is it, Larry?
I'll see you later.
I'm going with you.
Oh, no, you're not.
Miss Starr, there's a deadline to meet, and you have a story to write.
Yes, Mr. Walters.
That's for being a good girl.